I had some excellent reading. Okay. Tell me, well, let me tell you what I heard. Mary, will you go back to page 4 for me? Everybody turn to page 4. Mary, you started off kind of reading Robot. And by page 4, you had beautiful questioning voice. What do I mean by a robot reading? Yeah, it just sounds like this. No, nobody's going up. Yeah. And we know that the goal is that what we read, we kind of want a conversation or a movie in our mind. Would you listen to how Mary... Okay, hold on. Listen to how Mary reads this question on page 4. Will you start right there, Mary? With will you?
Will you hug me?
Did you hear that? Hold on. Mary, do it again, so make sure Jonathan hears you. Go ahead.
Will you hug me?
Did you hear how she did that? Guess what her voice did on that question? Guess what her voice did?
It dropped.
Did it drop?
I mean, it went up.
It went up. She said, will you hug me, Hoot? I can really see that in my mind. That makes that movie in my mind much clearer. And then, what happens to my understanding of the story? What happens to my understanding of the story? Is it better? Yeah, it's a lot better. Jonathan, buddy, you were self-correcting all over the place. Go back to page 2. Go back to page 2. You know how we talk about really working on reading in phrases? Do you remember how we talk about that?
Yes.
Well, Jonathan, on page 2, you said little pins went. And so far that made sense. But then he said, little pins went a hug. Why did you stop there, Jonathan?
Because it didn't sound right.
It didn't make sense, did it? So go back and read it correctly, Jonathan.
Will you hug me?
We'll start at the beginning. Little pins.
Little pins wanted a hug. A hug will feel good, said she said.
Excellent. Did you hear how he did that? He corrected probably 2 or 3 words just then. And you know how you figured out that they weren't correct? Because it didn't sound right. That's a really great thing to do.
It didn't sound right.
It didn't sound right. So I can't go on, can I?
No. I have the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Quentin, you did the same thing. Would you please go to page 3 and let's listen to Quentin for just a second. Go ahead, Quentin.
I wish I could, said Mouse, but it will hurt to hug you.
It would hurt to hug you. So, I was feeling kind of bad for pins. Well, all of a sudden, Moosin comes along. What does Moosley decide to do? Yeah, you think he's probably used to it though?
Some of them can put their spikes away.
Deanna, what do you think Moosley's going to do?
Moosley is going to get a jacket and put him on him.
Was that a really good idea? Because then, what happens to all of his quills or pins?
It goes down.
It goes down. Yeah.
But some of these can be lying because if they say I'll put my pins down because they can't, and then when you hug them they can put them back up quick.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have control because think about the skunks from
They
yesterday's
didn't have
story.
control either.
They didn't have control either. So that remember they sprayed, and maybe they didn't really spray on purpose. But I'm wondering if it's the same thing of here. That was an excellent connection, Quentin.
But it's just for protection.
Just for protection, yeah. Well, friends try different things. Tomorrow, we're going to be writing, and here's what we're going to write about. Are you ready? You're going to take this book home and read it tonight, just like we always do, and then you'll take it home tomorrow. But tomorrow, when we come to class, we're going to be writing, and here's what I want you to be thinking about. Everybody say, okay, Miss Winter, we're ready.
Okay, Miss Winter, we're ready.
I want you to think of a solution, say that word solution,
Solution.
for pins from another animal. Moosling decided to put a coat on pins, which was a really good idea. I want you to think of another solution from another animal could have had for pins, and that's what we're going to write about tomorrow. How we could hug him without getting poked. What would be another solution? Solution is that word that means how could you correct it, or what could you do to keep somebody else from getting poked. That's what that word solution. Oh, everybody do like this? Hold it in your brain. Don't tell anybody. Put it in your brain. All right. In your pocket. Brain in your pocket. And I will see you all tomorrow. Make sure this gets read tonight. Thank you. All right. You guys did a nice job, Deanna. I will start with you next time we start our own book, okay?
Do we earn a blast off ticket?
You know what? You guys did an awfully good job today. I'm thinking maybe you have.
Yes.
Did you get your stuff?
I get free time.
You got enough for free time?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
I'll need this one.
Sweet. Oh, I think I may have some in my pocket.